Hi Gemini, welcome to Esoteric Tales and Tarot. This is your April monthly reading for crystal ball scrying and also tarot cards. But happy Easter if that is what you are celebrating, because today is Easter Sunday. So I'm just filming towards the end of March. It's a very early Easter this year, and picking up on all sorts of energy with the crystal ball. It's been a really, it's actually still really warm, crystal ball. It feels really beautiful today. Gemini. I did straight away get a health one because I saw bags of sugar and then bread, and it was kind of going like this. A hand was going, which is quite bad because if you are celebrating Easter, maybe that's why I thought to bring it up straight away. There's a lot of chocolate around, but I was getting that there's a bit too much sugar and carbohydrate sugars or sugars that are happening there. So maybe it's just a gentle reminder before we go into this thing that maybe that's causing a bit of disruption to your health. I also saw returns of people, because I could see people from the past coming, and having, or thoughts of people from the past coming up. And then I've saw planets in the crystal ball, and I've realized what the message was that's trying to show me that Mercury, your planet, is going into retrograde for most of the month. And I was feeling kind of moody when I was looking into the crystal ball regarding that. And I saw you walking with bare feet out into a garden, and then like the feeling was being drawn out from me. So I really think that's important for you, Gemini, is that I feel like you're going to have moodiness or short-temperedness if you push yourself too far. And I was seeing as well that there's been a lot of change. So I felt like there was a big job or occupation shift or something, and you're still getting to know people, or something big that had changed not too long ago. I'm not sure whether that was in a reading of mine to you recently or in the last few months, that you were having a lot of changes perhaps at the start of the year. But I feel as though you're feeling a little bit like you're out of sync, and then short-tempered because you feel as though people don't know you well enough. And I just feel like you felt a little bit lost. I think Geminis and Virgos might have a tricky time because of the Mercury retrograde, but if you're aware of it, that's why I'm always sent these messages. You can do things like go out into nature and just reset, take a couple of deep breaths, and the energy will, knowing that it is to do with cycles and planets and that it's just a phase, will help you, because it will be able to be like, okay, I think I'm feeling this because of my planet Mercury being in retrograde. And it does bring up things of the past. It affects technology, it affects transportation. So make sure that you leave extra time, that you be patient with technology. Could be glitchy. Just be aware of everything, and have a nice cup of tea or a coffee break, those kinds of things, and be gentle on yourself, and you should cruise through it much easier, which will be good for you. Let's grab some cards from the Light Seers Tarot and just see what we've got in store for messages for the month of April. And it's always funny when I've had these and I said about things of the past, and this is my Mercury retrograde card. It came up for Taurus as well. Six of Cups. This is ones where people from the past return, or reminiscing of people of the past or past relationships. That's an interesting one to come up with Mercury retrograde. It's also, soulmates and old school friends and things like that. So you can expect that perhaps some energy or a person from the past could be coming up for you. I'm taking them all. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands. So you are passionate about things. That was something that I was kind of getting. I feel as though the shifts that you've had or the changes that you made, even with occupation, was to do with going towards your passions or actually getting some fire behind you and saying, okay, I want more. I can do better. I'm going to move forward. And even with relationships, you're craving passion, you know, that kind of, you want to have the butterflies and the spark. And I think you are reminiscing, or somebody else is reminiscing about you too. And you're wanting to draw in now. You've got the aces coming up. You've also got Ace of Pentacles here. So you've got your sort of earth sign energy here, which is what I was talking about, of where you're going to find your abundance, as if you can actually ground now, Gemini. And you know, air signs can find that a bit trickier to sort of come out of their head and be around nature. And, you know, this is a good card for saying that your passion project, I think the changes that you made are going to bring money, financial gain to you. Maybe that's why you're starting to look at relationships and feeling a bit like, and maybe if you're in a relationship, Gemini, now that you're earning different money or you've shifted your life around, you're looking at the other person and wondering whether they still match your energy. And you're feeling, even though you've got the Four of Cups here, you've got all of this on offer. You've got the hand of, this is like the card that has a hand of God coming in, offering something. You're forlorn. You're looking back. You're looking at the past and reminiscing. So I want you to be aware of it this month, because sometimes Mercury retrograde and thinking about the past and looking about the past is just really a distraction. And you do need to be careful that you don't have those moods and project something onto somebody who's in your life and upset them because you're kind of thinking they're not up to your standards or they're not pulling their weight. And you can kind of upset the apple cart. I'm just picking up because of that mood, and it can create these arguments, a Five of Wands. So petty disagreements and fighting. The Death card's coming up here for death and rebirth, which is the Scorpio card. So the kind of energies that's on the table, you've got your Ace of Wands and Five of Wands, so your fire signs, your Sagittarius, your Aries and your Leo type energies. The only major arcana that we have is the Scorpio energy here with the Death and Rebirth card. And maybe this is why things are feeling really unsettled, because you're shooting off into this new area with this passion in your life. And it's hard sometimes when we make big changes to take everyone with you on the journey. You know, people just they're not living the life that they're not having the experiences that you're having. And I feel like you've made so many changes and you're sort of shifting, and I just can't help but feel as though how your relationships or people that are around you are not matching the new place that you're heading, or how you feel about that. I just want to encourage you to be aware, though, about that Mercury retrograde and feeling moody and starting to look at people in a negative sort of way, because that could subside and you may have done damage here. And this is beautiful too. Your little angel wishes message from the Debbie Malone deck says, "You are never alone, believe." So if you are feeling as though you've been kind of abandoned, or like you are alone and you have to make decisions, you're being reminded that your angels and guides are around. And when there is big changes and, you know, there's a lot going on, and sometimes even though the abundance is there and things are coming, it can put you in a state of fear a bit because it's so much change happening all at once. And if this hasn't happened yet, it's kind of coming, and I think you can feel it in the air, Gemini, that there might be a big change, maybe location, job, or things that are on offer that you have to think about and decide whether you're accepting it or not. And it's almost like you get something that you would have always wished for, but because it's so taxing emotionally to make decisions on it, it's almost like you resent the magic offer that's there. I hope that makes sense for you, how I'm picking up on the messages. This one wanted to come, and I'm going to get you another message too, and it's that one. It's two of them. Okay. These are the Lovers Oracle, the Toni, Carmine, Salerno, beautiful illustrations. And it's a new, I've just done an unboxing of this deck if you want to check it out on my channel. But they're lovely Lovers Oracle messages with beautiful artwork that you can gaze into and pick up your own intuition and understand your own meanings behind it as well. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Does that fit in with what we've been saying? Absolutely. So let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space, because I think you're feeling funny. So if you're in a couple, if you're in that scenario and it's feeling tense, I think it's a great idea to, be together, but also have that space out in the garden where you're resetting when things are getting frustrated or you're moody, and, so that people don't have to see that side of you. This one, sexual union, honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. So maybe that's what you're craving here with this passion as well. And perhaps that hasn't been so working for you so well. If the month of April is where, it boils over, just be careful with your words, and maybe don't start looking over the, fix your own backyard if you're in a relationship. Put some effort and some passion back into it rather than, looking at what's in the past. Move forward, Gemini, move forward. There looks like a beautiful peace dove here. This is always beautiful when this energy comes up and we're on that kind of Easter energy. New beginning, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. So there you go. That one, I sat above the Ace of Pentacles as well, and I feel as though there's a connection there with the images on this card as well. There is an opportunity, even in something old, for new beginnings, remembering to ask your angels for help and guidance. But, if there is a relationship where you just need to add some passion and effort and to take away the moodiness, you'll know what to do, Gemini. But if you're looking for something, it's coming. If you've been waiting for that relationship and it just hasn't transpired, perhaps it is a connection from the past that's going to show back up for you, and you're going to, if you're single, you're going to be thinking about it, and there could be a new beginning with it. But, don't feel forlorn, because the energy, this too shall pass. Mercury retrograde doesn't stay for forever. Your planet's going to move forward. So just have a nice month of rest where you're taking care of yourself and manifesting for that passionate new beginning. Focus on putting the right energy out there so that you can receive it back, because it is all going to build. We've got the solar eclipse. The full solar eclipse is coming on the 8th of April. There's massive energy going on at the moment from the 25th of March that was gone with the lunar eclipse into this solar one. We're in solar and full moon eclipse season. So it's a great time for getting out old energy, old stuck stuff that we need to heal, and bringing in fresh energy. If you haven't seen them, check out my shorts videos on our abundance, and jump on the train for manifesting, because we're just writing a little list each day and getting rid of something old and creating something new, so that we can exponentially together use our energies together and come up with something that's going to be magnificent for 2024. Thanks for tuning in, Gemini. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know how this relates to you in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.